Good morning, January 1st, 2023. Happy New Year's to everybody. So this is kind of something that's been stirring around in my mind. Things come and go, and I'm not quite sure exactly how it all supposed to fit together. So we're just going to get started and see what needs to be said. So today, we're going to look at the pendulum system and a physics book and good old Spidey and Cabbage Patch Girl. Let's start here. I'm going to lock this in place. For those familiar with this little device, it's usually grab one and it's supposed to go back and forth. This one is unique in that it doesn't really work very well. What this one likes to do is you get them all moving together and it goes for a long time. So it's kind of different than what normal ones do. You hit one ball and they just keep knocking back and forth the end ones. I don't understand why this one likes this mode of operation, but it does. And it'll sit there for a long time, just keep going back and forth. So we can open our physics book and we can look for a way to try to understand that system, what's going on, make sense of it, give it a framework. Let me just take a look and see if I can show pages in here. I don't know if this is going to look good. I may include it, may not. But anyways, there's probably like 60 chapters in this book. So we could do like Newton's laws, force equals ma, and do a diagram and calculate forces. We can do work and energy, potential energy, kinetic energy in this kind of system. Many particle system, we could use some of the techniques in here. Particle dynamics. Here we have oscillations and damped and force oscillations, so we can get into harmonics, and there's different equations used to understand and analyze systems based on harmonics. But anyways, so there's different equations, different methods to try to framework your system over here, depending on what you're trying to find. If you're trying to find maximum energy, highest velocity, different models give you, it's easier to get specific information using certain models. And this is all going to relate to Spidey and Cabbage Patch Girl in a minute. So for those that are bored by physics and technical stuff, I don't know, it was a strong urge to include that part in this discussion. So how does physics and pendulums relate to Spidey, Cabbage Patch Girl, and Tantra yoga? I guess the emphasis on this, whatever it is there's different ways, different models to look at Tantric yoga with. So there's a white Tantra, red Tantra, black Tantra, the paths of Tantra, red, black, and white. So I'll go into more of that later, just not in depth now. There's also like balancing the masculine and feminine aspects that each person, like Spidey has masculine and feminine aspects, some more suited or stronger than others. Same thing with Cabbage Patch Girls, there's masculine and feminine aspects, and it's about balancing those internally and together. So that's one model to look at. Uh, hang on. There's a model that kind of, I guess it's kind of like, are you using yoga techniques to have better sexual experiences, or are you using sexual energy to have heightened yoga experiences? So a framework of what's your intent and what are the ends and the means type of thing. And there's probably there's the PG, G, PG, RX movie rating type of thing. Is this Tantra PG? Is this Tantra X? Another way to frame when you're talking about a tantric experience or a workshop or something. And same thing with our pendulum over here. You can try to fit frameworks around it and do calculations and things, but not to be overlooked is the part of measuring. Just build a thing, operate it, and measure the things you want. And when we go back to here, sometimes when you're done with all the mental exercises of what it is and what it isn't, is it good, is it bad, maybe, a very useful technique is to just do it. Just sit back to back and just see what comes in, and all the things that you thought it would be or wouldn't be or should be or couldn't be, it's usually something much different. So you just need to experience it. Yeah, I think that's what wanted to be said for this video clip.